Debt-stricken Greece should stay in the eurozone. That's the united message from the leaders of the world's most powerful economies after a day of crisis talks in the US. Athens dominated the G-8 gathering amid fears it may be headed for a chaotic and unprecedented exit from the single currency bloc. However, some believe that talks behind closed doors suggested a different agenda for the troubled nation. RT's Anissa Nawe has the details.
Camp David was invaded by the Europeans over the weekend, or at least it seemed that way, with almost all G8 talk touching the
eurozone.
There were new faces, but all focus was on a not-so-new and ever-growing crisis, and the million-dollar question of could Greece be cut loose and leave the eurozone.
Practically every financial analyst thinks that Greece will leave. It has to be an orderly withdrawal from the euro. Anything else would be disaster.
The official mantra remains.
We must do everything so the Greeks are able to stay in the eurozone.
Plan A is Greece to remain in the euro.
And that was once again the united stance as this Camp David summit wrapped up. But Plan B is already in place. Officials in Brussels have a backup just in case, and Germany has been hinting a referendum on a euro exit could be Greece's best bet, leading some to believe the smiles and handshakes are just damage control.
I think this is just trying to put a pretty face on it, this optimism, so when the markets open Monday, they can have some good news to report.
But some media are more concerned with who was not at Camp David than what was.
President Putin says he's busy with his cabinet this weekend. Others think he's steamed over the street protests.
Lots of speculation as to why Putin skipped this G8, but very little based on logic.
President Putin couldn't really contribute anything to a solution. He could say, right, you have to solve your debt problem. Germany perhaps should in fact extend more loans to other weak members of the European Union and so on. But basically he'd be a bystander.
Not the case for Obama, who in an election year can't afford to let eurozone fallout worsen the U.S. economy. Russia sees this summit as a stop on the way to June's G20, where Putin and Obama will sit down for talks. The G20 focuses on a wider range of issues much more pressing to countries like Russia and China, who seem to have greater expectations from the broader format, especially when it comes to financial turmoil and making sure all global issues make the cut. Reporting from the G8 at Camp David, Anissa Nawe, RT.